In the universe, there are two types of logic: the logic we use to think and the logic that enables thinking. Logic of creation, the logic of enlightenment. Spiritual orthopedics, the final revelation of the mystery of the universe. For the first time in the known history of human thought, humanity is presented with the logical key to all existence, which opens the door to objective reality, the law of incommensurability, a simply existent, self-evident, logical command that does not allow the existence of uniform nothingness. This law is not a theory nor a hypothesis, but an inevitable constant of reality, consistently present in every moment and speck of objective reality. Though possessing no inherent properties, space, as a continuum of pure void, is also burdened by the law of incommensurability, the law of asymmetry, that is, by the non-equalizability of spatial regions, or likewise, by internal instability. Thus, by the law of incommensurability, the pure void is imposed with the quality of the inner wind, or, likewise, the draft, the inescapable difference in spatial pressures, which we call electromagnetic pressure. Electromagnetic pressure is a consequence of the simple irreducibility of linear and angular distances to what we would like to call one specific spatial position, or, precisely for this reason, a non-existent point. Thus, the only possible outcome is a feedback-looped recirculation of non-equalizable spatial pressures, which we call the universe, or equally, the time, an eternal redirection of the internal imbalance of spatial pressures in a futile pursuit for mutual nullification, that is, for non-existent death. A point is merely a facilitating, yet fundamentally invalid logical prosthesis by which the natural dynamic asymmetry of space is deadened into a non-existent symmetry, which, if possible, would categorically indicate the mutual cancellation of pressure differences, i.e., the inescapability of nothingness. By taking the point as a regulative principle, the logic we use to think is paradoxical in its very foundation, i.e., incongruent with the dynamics of incommensurability as the logic that enables thinking. Due to simple non-equalizability, all spatial regions exist as communicating vessels, partially separated by mere contrast as a boundary contact surface of their mutual adhesion. Thus this, though persistent yet non-substantial boundary of non-equalizability, is what we call matter. Since does not exist, nor can there exist, a place where the law of incommensurability does not apply, this metaphysical cause, which we also call consciousness or the Holy Spirit, is necessarily concretized as a logically closed system of the eternal transfiguration of the mutual contact surface of non-equalizable quantities of space, or as the all-encompassing universe. This contact surface is the ultimate concentration of interaction, i.e., the mutual ground of compassion of the inescapable difference of spatial pressures, or likewise, light, a statically unestablishable sense of presence under the eternal change of its form. Thus, light, as the two-sided bearing surface of the difference in pressures, is simultaneously what we call reason, the inner dynamic membrane of the structure of the universal mind, i.e., of the universe. Every reason that does not know the cause of its existence is precisely what we infamously call the devil, a simple active presence under the heavy veil of forgetfulness that the so-called matter, light, and reason are just synonyms for the necessarily dynamic bare contrast of the difference in spatial pressures shaped into the entire manifest world, and which is the only and all substance of the universe. Acquaint yourself with the law of incommensurability, the ultimate answer to the eternal question, why something rather than nothing? Discover the universe from God's viewpoint in the book Spiritual Orthopedics, Proof of the Origin of the Universe. Step out of the frame of the logic of thinking into the boundless vastness of the logic that enables thinking. Order the book now and uncover the truth that neither science nor religion has unveiled. ONOMATOPEJA IDEJA.com or vviatov@yahoo.com.